I don't know if you've noticed, economically the world has become a very scary place. It's with this in mind, I think we should be looking at a nostalgic company for our investments. Nokia is an ancient company, almost as old as the dinosaurs, going back 157 years to the year 1865. It specialised in every form of telecommunications and information technology that I think we can come across. From our point of view as retail investors, I think the sheer weight of this company makes it worth looking at. If you've ever had any kind of Nokia phones from back in the day, you'll know they still work. These are almost as strong as black boxes that you would find in an aircraft. They just don't die. So as usual with my videos, we're going to do SWOT analysis. That is the strengths of the company, the weaknesses of the company, the opportunities for the company, and the threats of the company. And as a retail investor, whether this is a worthwhile investment for you. But first, a word from our pod sponsors. The strengths for Nokia should be quite obvious. The phones are legendarily strong. These are the ones you would normally use. Well, I had one when I was a kid, and it's still going now. Even though the technology and the software is past its sell-by date, it still turns over, the battery still recharges. The technology is very good. The staff behind it obviously did a very good job, and I think this kind of transcends all the technology, and everything they do is very, very good quality. The weakness for the company though is it's very old hat. They've not kept it with the iOS, they've not kept it with Apple. There's nothing in the camera technology for the phones that allows it to go forward. A lot of the phone market is the core business for any kind of information technology company out there, and this is really what's let it down in a market where there's thousands of companies out there now. Most of the computers sold on the planet at the moment are basically your mobile phones, your smartphone technology, and Nokia isn't exactly a brand name in that field, which it needs to improve on. That's where its opportunities are. Even though there are lots and lots of Chinese, Taiwanese, Japanese, various other companies around the world that are pioneers in information technology. A lot of governments behind them, obviously, for nefarious data collection rules. I don't think Finland's basically at the centre of wanting to take everybody's technology and steal your data. I could be wrong. I seem to say this every single video now. I could be wrong. So where's the main opportunity? I believe, personally, is its reputation for having solid technology which works, phones which last for years and years and years. I think could be the basis of a pretty sharp future. As we move into more aggressive economic times, I think the need to have something which lasts 5 years rather than 12 months and then you need to replace it will be more advantageous to Nokia than to anybody else. I think if I was to go out into the world and buy a piece of information technology which didn't last very, very long because the company hasn't made it very strong, knowing that there'll be another model that will come out in a year's time with a fractionally different or improved camera chipset or something like that, I think actually works against it. When it comes to Nokia's technology, this could go forward. I think this is why we're seeing share price in Nokia starting to stabilize and improve given its recent falls. Well, what are the threats? The global economy has crashed. We have hyperinflation. This is a general threat to every single company that's operating in fields where there are multiple incoming companies and players who want to take a little bit of market share. Nokia is a name from the past, basically, given the age it's been in, and given that it's allowed itself to be occasionally brought out by Microsoft at different points, and it's been then brought back by its own players, its own staff, its own people. I think this has given a perception that Nokia basically has left the phone market completely, or at least they don't want to be a major player in it. It would be a shame if that was the case, because there aren't many European phone companies out there that are producing these kind of works. Most of them tend to be either American owned or Asian owned, and that would basically leave the European market with a permanent importing of technology from these markets. Nokia can come back from this. I mean, Nokia employs most of Finland. I mean, it's the biggest economic driving force in that country. I think looking at the strength of the share price, I think it has potential for moving forward. I mean, it has a reputation for having the most durable phone, the Nokia XR20, which is this incredible phone which can just resist damage being dropped from buildings and things like that. Mix that in with more fashionable stuff of fancy cameras, stronger memory, stronger batteries. I think maybe you'll be able to bring that in with a market which is facing overall very difficult economic conditions. The phones out there are very, very expensive, and people are starting to look for second-hand ones and cheaper models. If Nokia had spent a bit more time producing these, maybe it would still be a major brand name out there, but it isn't, and they haven't. And at the moment, I think the discounted rate for phones probably goes to companies like Huawei, Galaxy certainly on its way up there, the Samsung Galaxies. Apple certainly will probably end up being pushed over to the specialist market because of the prices, but it's not over for Nokia yet, and they have a strong potential for coming forward as we go on. So it's a simple conclusion. Nokia is a very large, well-established company with pretty strong resources that has an incredible chance at coming back. I think really when I was making this video I should have used boxing metaphors, because it really is an underdog that's capable of coming back with better products given the economic conditions. Do your own research though, look into it, and we'll see you in the next video.